Hey everyone, this is Ashish from Developer Hut and welcome to the next topic of Go for Beginners series, which is struct methods. So in Go, methods are a function which are associated with the specific type and it's typically a struct. So what are methods? So methods are like a function, but methods are bound with certain type or objects, and this type or objects is called as the receivers. Now, these receivers do not necessarily have to be a struct only. They can also be the other data types like int, string, or even an interface. We will see more about receivers in our upcoming advanced series, which is Go Beyond Basics. Now, these receivers allows you to define the behavior for your custom data types, which is struct. And this is very much similar to the methods which works in the object-oriented programming languages like Java or C++. So how can we create the methods for structs? The syntax is very simple. So you have to use the func keyword and the method name and the parameter, which is similar to what we saw while creating the Go functions. The only change here is we have to use the receiver arguments with the struct data type. Okay, now let's try to create one very simple method for the person struct. Okay, so using this syntax, let's see, I will say func and I will say here the first receiver argument, let's say which is p, which is of type person. Okay, then the method name, let's say hello, no argument as of now, and it will return the string. Okay, and here what we will do is we will take the name and age of the person and we will prepare one message and send it back. Okay, so here I will say return and we will concatenate this. So there is a function in Go which help us to prepare the strings. So it is s printf. Okay, so this is the F in the fmt package, and here we will simply say hi, my name is percent s and I am percent d years old. I hope you remember the formatting verbs chapter, right? So percent s is for string and percent d is for the integer. Okay, and here we will say p dot name comma p dot age. Okay, let's save this. Now let's create one person object. So now in our earlier session we saw how we created the person struct variable, right? One thing which I missed is we didn't initialize the struct. So now we will see how we can also initialize the struct with the initial set of values. Okay, so I will create one variable, let's say person1 colon equal to person. Okay, and then the braces, and then here we will use the we will initialize the parameter. Okay, so name, let's say John comma age colon, let's say 30. Okay, so this is how we can initialize the struct. This is also one way other than this. Okay, so here we created the variable and then assigned the values. However, we created the variable and assigned the value at the same time. Okay, now let's call the function and print it. So I will say fmt dot println, and here I will say person1 dot say hello. Okay, let's save this and let's try to run this. So I'll say go run and struct dot go. So here you can see we got the message with John and the age of that person. Okay, now this is how we can simply use the struct methods. Now here, which we saw earlier, right? This receiver, right? So this part before the method start is called as a receiver. Okay, so now here there are two parts of a receiver. So the first is value receiver. Okay, So first is value receiver, and then we have second is pointer receiver. So what is the difference between value receiver and pointer receiver? So value receiver is always a pass by value. Okay, so whatever the operation you perform on this particular object, it will not reflect anything on the original object. Okay, and however, in case of a pointer receiver, it is pass by reference. So whatever the operation you perform on the original object, that will be updated. So what is the pointer receiver? So pointer receiver is a pass by reference. So whatever the value you updates inside that method on that particular pointer object, it will be reflected into the original objects as well. So this is the main difference between value receiver and pointer receiver. Now let's see how we can use value receiver and pointer receiver. So let's create one more method. So I will say func. So we will use first value receiver. So I will say p and person. Okay. And I will say celebrate birthday. Okay. And I will say here we will update this object. So I will say p dot age and I will just update it plus plus. Okay. So I increment the age. So the in value receiver, you always declare the receiver variable like this. Okay. Now let's copy this same method and here we will use the pointer receiver instead. Okay. Let's first run this program and then we will update this. Okay. So I will just comment this and we will call this celebrate birthday. So here I will say person one dot celebrate birthday. Okay, so this should increment the value and I will simply copy this and paste it. Okay, so now let's try to run this program again and let's see the result. So here you see first the age is 30 and again the age is again 30. Why this happened? Because we are using value receiver. Okay, so this object is passed as a value and whatever the operation perform on this object inside this method, it is not reflecting on the original object. Okay, however, if you want to reflect the value inside the original object, then we can use a pass by reference, which is pointer receiver. Okay, so let's comment this. I will just comment this and uncomment this. Okay, and here instead of value receiver, I will say it's a pointer receiver. Okay, so pointer receiver, you just simply need to use the star. Okay, and let's try to run this program now. So here you can see now the value is updated. Okay, so this is how value receiver and pointer receiver works in Go. Okay, we will see more about pointers in our upcoming series. Okay, so as of now, just understand this. If you want to change the value inside the object, then you can use the pointer receiver. This is very heavily used in Go programming languages later. Once we go into the advanced series, you will anyway understand this in more detail. Now, one more important thing is in Go, we can also achieve the encapsulation. Now Go achieves the encapsulation by using the conventions. Okay. So in Go, there is no specific keyword which will tell you that this particular method is public or private. Okay. So Go achieves this using the convention. So if your method first letter is started with the lowercase letter, then it is private to that particular package. Okay, so whatever the package that you define, this particular method will be accessible inside this package only, not the outside of this package. However, if you want to make this method available outside the package as well, then you can use the capital letter. So the first letter of your method has to be capital. Only after that, this particular method will be accessible outside the package. Okay, so this is how Go achieves the encapsulation. Okay, so I hope you understand what are the struct methods, how to use the struct methods, and how we initialize the struct with initial values as well. What is pointer receiver and value receiver, and what is the way we can access the methods outside the package as well. Okay, so I also updated the assignments in the GitHub repository. Please try to do those assignments after this tutorial. If you have any questions, you can add it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.